There you are. I was going to say, where's she at? Looked up, didn't see you.
I'm here. I get you with my head cut off.
Running.
I can't find the eyelet for the necklace.
All right, it's time to begin the meeting. The meeting will come to order. We will stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to come together here tonight to conduct the business of the town. Father, I pray that everything we do will be well pleasing in your sight, that you would guide us and help us to make wise decisions. Father, I ask that you will be with those who are sick during this time, the doctors and nurses that care for them. Father, those that have lost loved ones, we know there are so many. Father, go with us as we leave here. Guide, guard, and direct us and bring us back to the next appointed time. In Christ's name, amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mayor John, I'm here. Vice Mayor Talley.
I'm here.
Alderman Bradford. Here. Alderman Count.
Here.
Alderman McDonald.
I'm here.
All right, reading of minutes of regular board meeting of February 2nd, 2021 for approval. Roll call. All members were present. Minutes of regular January 5th meetings were read aloud by Mayor Jolly. There being no corrections or additions, Alderman Bradford made the motion to approve the minutes as read. Vice Mayor Talley seconded the motion. Financial report. Ms. Melissa McGee of MG Group presented the financial report to the board. The town has a healthy $55,000 profit year to date. The overall general fund revenues show a $91,000 profit, the larger part being the $42,000 COVID-19 grant, exceeding the original estimate and is looking very healthy. The police department and general budget are under budget. An ordinance budget amendment was presented amending the budget to include monies for the parks department of $400 taken from the insurance expense. There are some payroll allocations noted there in order to review how the payroll is being allocated. The water fund shows positive for the month, still holding a $20,000 profit year to date. The refuse fund also shows a profit for the month, under budget year to date. Expenditures for the office are well under budget. Alderman County requested Ms. McGee's clarification regarding a few line items of the budget. Mayor Jolly asked if there was a motion for the financial report to be accepted. Alderman McDonald made the motion to accept the financial report, and Alderman Bradford seconded the motion. A vote was taken, and the financial report was accepted unanimously. Mayor Jolly read the ordinance submitted to amend the budget to provide monies for the Park and Recreation Department. Alderman County had a few questions regarding the amount and allocation. Mayor Jolly explaining the expenditures. Ms. McGee also noted that even monies have been budgeted in the financial report, the expenditures would have to have been approved by the board. Mayor Jolly noted that the presentation and discussion could count as first reading of the ordinance, requiring a second reading prior to acceptance. Vice Mayor Talley made the motion to accept the resolution for second reading. Alderman Bradford seconded the motion, should be first reading. A vote was taken and passed unanimously. Citizens input. Citizen Tannis Moore took the floor to communicate her concern and displeasure at the recommendation of Mr. Mills to disregard the instruction "forget about the state" during the discussion at the January board meeting, and the allowing of that to be stated that she felt it was not representing the citizens of Petersburg. Communication by the mayor. Preferred protocol for requests from aldermen. As alderman, should you have a concern regarding an employee, please voice those concerns to Mayor Jolly as supervisor for employees. New business. Mayor Jolly introduced and welcomed Judge Quinn Brandon Stewart to the board meeting. He stated that there needed to be a discussion regarding the judicial fee structure, touching base and verify that we are all on the same page. Mayor Jolly stated that in order to pay the judge is necessary, according to town charter, that court costs be assessed to violators. There is a question whether there had ever been an agreement regarding the judicial fee. Judge Brandon Stewart stated that she had been appointed in May 2005, having been serving in the capacity for 16 years. Unable to assess fees at present, no court hearings until after March 31st, mandated by the Tennessee Supreme Court and is subject to change. Judge Brandon Stewart assumed that the board had voted to give raises not being under contract and at will of the board. Judge Brandon Stewart stated that she did not really know what was wanted from her, or what the board of mayor and aldermen were specifically inquiring about. Alderman Callen asked whether the court costs had been collected up to date, and did Judge Brandon Stewart have a copy of the charter requirements. Judge Brandon Stewart advised she had been mailed the court administration of the charter. Judge Brandon Stewart further stated that she can only charge court costs for those found guilty, adding that some cases were dismissed, some others were required to make donations to the volunteer fire department or the annual tree. Judge Brandon Stewart didn't concede that many were dismissed. Alderman Bradford reiterated the fact that the budget has reflected the judicial fee being $125 per month, and budget does need to be amended to cover the $200 monthly. Mayor Jolly thanked Judge Brandon Stewart for coming. Next, United Telephone Company easement request. UCC trucks are present around town, having been awarded a grant to bring fiber optic high-speed internet to Petersburg. They've been looking for a place to locate a networking hub. The location that was originally preferred was found to be in a flood zone, and UCC is now considering the location at Morgan and Church Street near the Alumni Park, a 20 by 20 foot section of property. The Planning Commission met February 1st, 2021, and made a recommendation to consider granting UCC the easement. There was a brief discussion regarding the necessity to offer an alternative source for internet service, improving the speed of the service 15 to 30 times faster on the base package. Security and maintenance of the location is the responsibility of UCC. Alderman Bradford made the motion to accept the easement. Vice Mayor Talley seconded the motion. A vote was taken, and the motion passed unanimously. Unfinished business. Update the sale of flatbed trailer. The Board of Mayor and Aldermen held a brief discussion regarding listing the trailer on govdeals.com versus advertising it for sale to the public. Chief Griffey noted that govdeals.com is a bottom dollar lowest bid situation. It was recommended not to consider less than $2,000 for the trailer. It is in good shape. Alderman Cowan made the motion to place an advertisement for sale of the trailer. Alderman Bradford seconded the motion. The vote was taken. The motion passed unanimously. Water operator update. One individual expressed interest in the position but was not certified. Mr. Jack Ashley noted that with Thomas' development of the water operation, Mr. Ashley had been lessened the responsibility hands-on and has agreed to continue to serve as certified water operator of the town. Having submitted a proposal, after reviewing the terms of the agreement and a brief discussion, Mayor Jolly called for motion. Vice Mayor Talley made the motion to accept the proposal, and Alderman Randy McDonald seconded the motion. A vote was taken. The motion to accept the proposal passed unanimously. Water report, prepared by Mr. Jack Ashley. A motion to accept the water report made by Alderman McDonald. Vice Mayor Talley seconded the motion. A vote was taken. The motion to accept the water report passed unanimously. Parks and Rec, no report. Senior Citizens, Citizens Tennis and Morris State Senior Citizen Center is ready to go. Just waiting for the governor to reopen the state. Police report. Police Chief Matthew Griffey addressed the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, reporting that 17 traffic stops have been made, 4 warnings issued, 29 citations have been issued, 4 warning arrests, but Sheriff Blackloader mandating no arrest to jail unless serious felony offenses. Chief Griffey's report is attached. No report from the volunteer fire department. Mayor Jolly asked if there was a motion to adjourn. Alderman Bradford made the motion to adjourn. Vice Mayor Talley seconded the motion to adjourn. The February 2nd, 2020 meeting of the Board of Aldermen was adjourned. All right. We have, with the adjustment of second reading to first reading, we have a motion to accept the minutes.
I have a question, please. It's got in here where that on the fines that some others were required to make donations to the volunteer fire department or the angel tree. Maybe that happened before I came on the board. I've never seen in our financial report that that's happened.
I know she tells people sometimes to make a donation. I don't think you can go to our fire department. I don't know if it goes to Lincoln County or what the deal is.
This past Christmas, most people donated to, they donated to the angel tree. She had them, I think she said it at $25. They had to at least get some kind of gift for at least $25, and the majority of everybody that did that bought back a gift.
And that money was deposited where?
It wasn't
Your
money,
money
it was
was
gifts.
They bought the gifts.
They went and purchased gifts and brought them back.
Okay, and those gifts were turned into,
Miss Angel Tree.
Does that.
so we know that.
Right.
Okay, all right, just asking, because we always need a paper trail of stuff.
We have a motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept.
Have a second. I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, financial report.
My name's Cassie, for those of y'all haven't met. This is our January 2021 financials. We're going to start off with the general fund, which is on page 3. The general fund, for the month of January, we've got close to $26,000 in revenue, close to $98,000 for the year so far. One thing I thought was interesting that we've seen come in this month from your state taxes in all of our cities is sports betting, from them making sports betting legal in Tennessee. So y'all got $70.12 in January. So I think that was really interesting. Let's see. Page 4 has your general fund expenses. Just a few things that are out of the ordinary this month. $2,000 in your accounting and auditing, $1,700, that's your auditing fees. Then you have a negative expense in your insurance. That is a refund from public entity partners for all of y'all's liability insurances and all that stuff. So the general fund has a almost $14,000 profit this month, $100,000 for the year. Page 5 is going to be our budget so far for the year. The total revenues, we have surpassed what we budgeted, $65,000 so far. So I think that's pretty good. Page 6 is our expenditures versus our budget. The Christmas program, we'll drop that $500 in after the second reading. We are going to need to increase it a little bit more since expenses came in from January for the Christmas parade. But I think we should hold off till we're closer to June 30 so we can just do one big amendment on that. General government department is under budget $20,000 for the year so far. I know y'all have talked about wanting to make an amendment for the judge fee, but you've adopted your budget on a departmental basis. So as long as the department is under budget, then y'all are legally fine. I can prepare one for y'all if y'all want, but it's fine legally. Police department's under budget, $4,000. Fire department, we will need to make a budget amendment for that. That was just a gasoline purchase. Like I said, we'll do that later on. So overall, y'all are under budget $24,000 in your expenses for the year so far. Page 10, nope, yes. Page 10 is your profit and loss for the water fund for January. It is showing a $1,900 and almost $43 loss. I attribute most of that to your audit fees that we split between the general fund and the water fund. So $1,700 of that loss is a one-time-a-year fee. So we're still got $15,486 profit for the year on the water fund so far. Page 12 is the rescue fund. You've got almost a $745 profit for January, almost $5,000 profit for the year to date so far. So we're making money there. And then the last one is street aid, which is page 14. Same old stuff. We've got a $260, almost $5 profit, and about $2,500 profit for the year so far. So just about everything at a profit this month. And we'll get a bunch of amendments later on when we get closer to year end. TAUD. Let's talk. Okay. One thing I wanted to talk about was that something that was mentioned last board meeting. TAUD is not the state comptroller's office. The state comptroller's office farms out rate studies to TAUD. TAUD is not the state. They are not the comptroller's office. With that being said, Mr. Scholes wants y'all to approve a report for the last time, and it says that y'all do not need a rate increase. They recommend that y'all look at considering a rate increase when you do your budget for 2023, which is several ways away from now. Now, one thing about the rate study is he's projecting that y'all have profits through 2024. He projects that y'all have a $543 profit, and by 2025 y'all will be at a loss of $2,888. Now, when they do a rate study, they're keeping the revenues the same for all of those years and increasing the expenses for all of those years. So you're seeing a reduced profit based on their rate study, which is just a future projection of what they think might happen. They're increasing personnel costs, depreciation, repairs and maintenance, water purchases, but not increasing the revenue that would associate if you buy more water. So that's what he said. He would like for y'all to approve that report, which says that y'all do not get a rate increase.
That's great, because I heard Facebook said we did.
Yes, it did. So that's all I wanted to mention that. He was Mr. Scholes and Melanie Sane. Melanie Sane. Been very nice to get this to us before 7 o'clock tonight. So I appreciate him, and he knows how much we appreciate him.
Yes, ma'am. So is that report something we need to vote on tonight?
I would like to get confirmation that I can tell him that's okay.
Okay.
That's what he's requesting. He says if the town is okay with the attached, we will revise the report a third and last time to reflect the personnel costs of 43,074, which does not appear to require any rate increase until July 1, 2023, which he says they will suggest that y'all consider it.
Okay, is
You're
that letter gonna be sent to the water board?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Because they meet in April.
Yes, yes, ma'am. And he, whenever I emailed him, he got the financials that y'all approved last month, which were in December, and he took that into account.
Yeah,
On y'all's
I
increased
talked to him
revenues.
the other day.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So yes.
All right. We have a motion to accept that report.
I make a motion to accept.
We have a second. Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And all those opposed?
I'm gonna say no until I talk with him, because that's not what the last email I got from him as of Friday afternoon, so.
That's fine. This is more. Do we have a motion to accept the financial report?
I'll make a motion.
We have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Citizens input. If anybody would like to talk, you would state your name. You are allotted 3 minutes.
I'm Marilyn Hazel. I'm his neighbor, have been for 30-something years. I want to know when we're gonna get some police protection for nights, because we need it.
Well, right now, we are taking applications.
Okay.
We've been, Matt, how long have we been trying to get somebody?
For the last 6 months.
We've run ads, we've upped the starting pay to $15 an hour. If you know somebody in the police field that is certified and wants the job, send them our way. Because right now, we're trying to find anybody.
But y'all hadn't had anybody to apply?
Oh, man.
Are y'all advertising in surrounding counties, or?
I've advertised in Lincoln County primarily. Marshall County is having some of the same issue. Most of their police force is coming in from outside areas. Lincoln County is having trouble with police protection. And right now is not the hottest time in this country to become a police officer.
Well, that's true. But we definitely need somebody at night.
Ma'am, I promise you I'm doing everything in the world. I live in Beverly County, and I worked for the Shelby Police Department for years, and I've asked officers there, I've asked Beverly County, I've asked Lincoln County, Fayetteville City, Marshall County, Lewisburg City, I've asked everybody. I mean, my part-time officer drives an hour and a half away to work 1 day a week. Nobody's applying. And I put it out for everybody. I would love to know, you know, I'll do whatever anybody wants to do as far as how to get people to apply, but, I mean, our hands are kind of tied. We put the ads out there, and if nobody answers it, I don't know what else to do.
Okay. I was concerned about that. I stay up late at night, I'm retired now, and there is a lot of traffic here in Petersburg in the wee hours of the morning. Before, I'm not saying people going to work, I'm talking about a lot of rambling, people up down the streets, and it just, you know, we need an officer.
We'll do what we can.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody else? Sorry.
Ardell Richardson. I'm one of the whiners, as stated in the Petersburg News. First and foremost, it was not stated to not show up to court. It was stated to show up to court and plead not guilty.
Okay.
So if you could retract that in the
I
next,
won't, because I watched it.
no, it's plainly stated.
Well, he made the statement, and I shouldn't even have to respond to this, but he did make the statement that even if you didn't show up, wasn't nothing going to happen.
Well,
So
if an
take it how
officer
you
don't
will.
show up, you know, yeah, you
But
will
you
have to pay
continue.
something, but if an officer doesn't show up, okay? I just wanted to say that it was not stated to not show up.
I agree to disagree.
And the other thing, I have a picture on my phone I would like to pass around. You can see it, ma'am?
Okay.
Okay, this is Belfast Hill. Okay,
I saw it.
no one else. You would like to see it? And you would like to see it. This was the lady driving to work. So I want to know why our police officer, yes, that lives on the other side of Bedford County. My boyfriend drives to work to Bedford County. Couldn't make it when he drives a 4x4. He has a 4x4. The roads were clear.
No, they were not. Because I have you know that the morning we got the snow, I got up, drove down here to the stop sign, looked to the left, that's Highway 130 right there, and it had a single set of tracks in it. He asked me how the roads were. I told him. So let me ask you this, were people speeding up and down the road when it was ice? Because if you want to go speeding on ice, you won't speed for
It
long.
doesn't matter. We still, like, if somebody got stuck or something.
Well, I'm
He's
terribly sorry.
an essential worker, you know, that's saying that a doctor can't get to work, you know, who's liable for them?
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but I will not force somebody to come in and
Well.
inclement weather.
Well, you proved your point that this town needs to be unincorporated.
Well, howdy doody to you. Good luck with it. Anything else while we're at it? Moving on, and it's a shame that you have to, really, Corey should be paying you to record one, but new business. Discussion
I don't
to
think nobody's
advertise
getting paid.
for lawn. Hey, she should be. She's having to work for him.
No, she comes to the meetings. I think.
Discussion to advertise for lawn maintenance help. Generally speaking, around this time of year, we hire somebody part-time to help Thomas mow. At this time, we're not pursuing hiring somebody in the office. Mr. Thomas has stepped up and has been helping Miss Meredith when she needs help in the office. They feel comfortable with that. But instead, I would like to hire somebody for the spring and summer months to help Thomas keep up with the mowing.
When are you saying to start?
What do
Same
you
as-
think?
I'll say about at least the end of March.
Remember, grandma's listening on your tape?
Oh, we have a hard
We
time.
can advertise it, but,
Right,
I mean, you know, I'll probably start cutting
right.
by the end of March.
Anybody
So
have
we're
issues?
talking April maybe, by April?
Something like that, yeah.
No, I mean, I've always said during the mowing season needs part-time
Need some
help.
help, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, it's easy for somebody to get behind mowing and watering and stuff.
Yeah. I make a motion come at least April, that we start advertising for part-time mowing season help.
All right.
I'll second the motion.
All those fair say aye. And all those opposed. All right. Unfinished business. Second reading of resolution for amending budget, providing funding of $400 for parks and recreation. Of course, we've got. All right. Be ordained by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the Town of Petersburg, Tennessee, that the following amendments are made to the budget ordinance for fiscal year ending June 30, 2021. Section 1, to amend the general fund, the expenditures are to be changed as follows. Health, welfare, and recreation, Christmas program, increase $500. Other general government, public entity partners, decrease $500. Section 2, the purpose of this amendment is to provide funding for costs related to the annual Christmas parade, adopted on the first reading this the second day of February 2021, and today is March the 2nd. Do we have a motion to accept the second reading?
I'll make a motion to accept.
we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. And all those opposed? Okay. And unfinished business status is the sale of flatbed trailer. I mentioned in my column that the trailer is for sale. I've advertised it. It should be in the exchange here soon. That will run that ad until the end of March. It is, if anybody's interested, we have a 2010 Larimore 16-foot car hauler for sale. Now, water report, prepared by Mr. Jack Ashley. All right, Petersburg Water Department monthly operations report for March 7th. Water purchased January 29th through February 25th was 1,564,964 gallons. Water billed through that time was 1,400,025 gallons, a difference of 166,939 gallons, which is 11.2% unaccounted for water. Operations report. Number 1, fire hydrant flushing will begin by the 1st of April. Number 2, chlorine residuals have been very good during the winter months and have not required any adding of chlorine. Number 3, stage 2 quarterly samples were very good, well within guidelines. 4, state inspection should be in the next few months. They are behind because of code issues. Number 5, the town needs to review its rules and regulations for water as well as the current fee structure and sewer rates. Number 6, sewer customers are charged only $10 per month and we have only 9 customers on the town septic tank. All right, and that's the water report. Do we have a motion to accept the water report?
I'll make a motion to accept the water report also.
We have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, anybody here from Parks and Rec?
No.
All right, senior citizens?
Still, status is status quo. Just as soon as
Nothing new.
Lincoln County says they can open and they'll do the kitchen, they'll open them up. They're
Just
ready.
waiting on the green light.
That's right.
All
The
right,
building's ready, everything's ready. They're very anxious to get back open.
that's what we want to hear. Police report.
Well, first off, I want to defend myself since the citizen was referring to me. Audrey, do you know where I live?
Most of the Rutherford County line is all I know.
Okay. So no, you don't know where I live. If I could have been here, I would have been here. There were 20-something plus thousand people that did not have water or power. I was one of those people. I chose to make sure that my family was taken care of and that they had everything that they needed. And because I could not get to them either. They couldn't get out, and I was contacting neighbors to make sure that my family was okay. But if I could have gotten here, I would have been here. But to that avail, when I got here, what could I have done?
If anybody needed help,
Okay,
you know.
exactly, I would have done my job. But the thing is a few of you here feel that we either do too much or we do too little. So you can't have it both ways. We either write too many tickets or we don't write enough tickets. So,
I ain't never said anything about tickets.
well,
You know, it needs to be wrote on
I didn't say
tickets.
you, I just said a few people here. But I'm just defending myself since you're talking about me. I would have been here if I could have been here. I get paid to do a job and I would have been here if I could have made it in. I stayed in contact with the mayor and I stayed in contact with Ms. Meredith daily, asking about the roads, and I couldn't get out of my house for 3 days. I couldn't get out of my driveway. So that answers that question. That's why I was not here. And I'm sorry that I wasn't here, but I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Yeah, I have a four-wheel drive truck, but four-wheel drive doesn't help if you can't use it. For the month of February, we had 10 traffic stops, 15 citations, 4 warnings. We had 3 welfare checks, 1 assisting a citizen. I assisted Lincoln County twice, we assisted THP twice. Had 2 suspicious activity calls, 3 animal control calls, which are dogs again, 8 escorts, which is Dollar General, and 3 motorist assist, and we traveled 504 miles.
We have a motion to accept the police report.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second.
I say.
All those in favor say aye. And all those opposed. Anybody here from the fire department? All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Thank you for coming.